JTrader, this is JTrader over here. So we are with the recap of today. So we're going to look what happened in the room. You're going to learn JLines strategy. I'm going to share some examples, some trades that we took. Let's get the time over here, everybody, to join. So thank you over here for being over here with us traders. 1 minute to start. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to cover now the trades we took, how the system works. I just want to say a few things. We trade a repetitive system. So every single day we trade the same setups, the setups that we've been training for years. I mentored more than 1,000 traders in my life. I have a trading academy over here in San Marino. We have a 6 trading station. We're working and building actually a bigger trading academy, which will have more than 20 spots and 20 trading stations. Is going to be something revolutionary. Also, it's going to be a spa inside. It's going to be like also rooms. It's going to be a lounge for together. So something over here in Italy, where traders from the States and also from Europe can come. But in the meantime, I just want to tell you this. We're having a experience. This is going to be in from 21st to 25th of July, and then a second one from the 8th to the 12th of September. So 21st to the 25th of July and 8th to the 20th of September. What are we going to have? Well, first of all, you're going to stay with me. You're going to sit next to me. We're going to trade live together. We're going to simply look into the market and you learn like my process. You will receive my trading system because we created a bot back tested. Okay. And that's 2 years of work. So your trading will become more systematic. The second thing is that we're going to do mentorship. So while you trade, you're going to simply review, hear my commentary, and then you will see me trading with live trading accounts. And also going to have a course. But more than that, you're going to see my family, see my beautiful daughter, my parents. We're going to hang out together in the city. You're going to go to dinner with me 3 or 4 nights. We're going to go to do meditation sessions, workouts together. There's going to be mindfulness exercises, and this for 5 trading days. So if you're interested in this, reach out at team@JTrader.co. Now let's look into what we had this morning. And first of all, I want to explain over here. By the way, traders, reach out for a free guide. Okay, so you know that I'm very systematic as process person, and the guide is a manual, okay, with all the examples to trade in the market. So if you want to receive a free guide, reach out and I'm going to send you. Just reach out in an email and write free guide or manual. So over here on the left, I'm sharing what is a typical pattern that we trade, okay? So you have to know these 2 lines, the yellow line and the gray line are called 2 J lines. On a 1 minute chart, there will be a 72.89 EMA. And I made a free video about this explaining on YouTube and giving this for free. Okay, so explaining how to trade it. Basically, what we're looking for is a support. So when we are looking to buy breakouts, they often don't work. And what happens? You're going to get killed, especially in this market. So we wait for the breakout, but then we wait for the dip. So we wait for a breakout, pullback, and then we long it. That pullback comes over here where it's written tight flag. And that flag is exactly the JLines. Often you will see this is like not a coincidence, but they're actually working together because JLines are like magic. They really are. And they will find the dips perfect where to buy. So what we need over here to take long plays. First of all, we need a push. Then we need a pullback. We form a tight flag as is written over here, micro cap consolidation, and then a long trigger. Of course, you want to see increase of volume, increase of volatility, bids starting to push, and asks are starting to come off, and then you have that beautiful squeeze, that beautiful push move that everybody wants to simply enjoy those longs. Short only, if I wrote over here, trend breaks and clear rejection. Otherwise, stay long, especially in this market. We're trading large caps, but also we're trading futures and small caps. That we have so many big trending stocks. QBTS, Tesla in the past months, ESNQ going to the highs. On a small cap plan, we had EDBL, SYTA. Many of these moves that we have right now are really going for 2, 3, 4, 500%. Now, how you buy them with this setup? It's very easy. Track it, study it, because you will see that it's repeatable every single day. Now let's look, guys, into the strategy itself and the plays that we have. So when I'm going to review the trades today, I'm also going to put execution that we took, even losses that we took, because I need to explain to my crew, okay, to my trading room today, the things that based on the playbook, based on the manual, were done good or bad, okay? So you're free, if you're part of the room, to send your charts to my DM or by email. And this time, I will also go into the email right now and check if you send something. So first of all, team, this is the market right now. Okay, so we have Tesla that is actually bullish. We had this breakout over here on the 9th of May. This is an hourly chart. You can see the two levels that I'm always looking at, which is the JLines one, all right? This is a 90 MA band, and this is over here a 72.89 band. So you can see how actually this is buying the dips over here and buying the dips over here. In the last few days over here, I'm gonna make this. In the last few days, what we have, we're having what I call a consolidation, a trading range, a chop zone. So inside this range, we can trade, for intraday, for a small scalp. But actually, what will happen? Will happen that we go and try to buy. And if you buy in this breakout, just like we were saying before, you're gonna get like stuffed. Okay, this is a stuff move or stuffy move. And then it's gonna go basically over here back lateral. So you don't want to do this. But even this morning, we had another stuff over here. Okay, this is 10 o'clock to this morning. And around 10:30, we had a fake breakout of the pre-market high, and then it faded again. So in order to consider another strong move on Tesla, we need to see a clear breakout of the resistance, and then you want to see a pullback over here. Okay, so this is the plan for me. And the plan is looking for 400. Okay, looking simply for 400. I'm not looking to short Tesla. I'm looking to build even more position on Tesla. So how was the intraday? This is my way to go when I trade the market. I mean, I have this screen, okay, in screen share. In the room, I also share my trades, being they're good or bad. I'm going to share my P&L, my profit. By the way, if you're in Italy, I'm going to give a free day session with other traders, live trading. So you'll see simply my account, my trades and everything in front of like 150, will be 150, 160 traders. You ring this Friday, okay? This is free. It's worth a lot because there are going to be other good traders from all over Europe, and we're going to trade all there together. But this is what I'm looking. So I'm looking at hourly chart, 15-minute chart, and 5-minute chart. My way to go is always the 5 minutes, okay? And what we had over here this morning, we are at this trading range that we were saying before, right? So we had this this resistance over here for the pre-market high, but also then we had this pre-market low, okay, over here, the low. And this is a trading range. Don't trade inside this range. You want to wait actually that we break this high, and then after this high, you want to look for a dip, and then we start looking for a push into this level over here, okay? Market's repetitive. So it does everything also to trap retailers. There are algorithms. Since 2008, the market simply changed. Before 2008, I was trading the Italian market in futures mainly. Some large caps with Ken Calhoun and Steve Nazen of the JTrader University. But the market was very different. We didn't have all these complex algos. The market was more like, human being market makers, so they could do errors, but they were still studying the psychology behind, the charts. Now with the algos is very, very different, because they maybe create fake breakouts and then they dump and then they push it again. So you've been experimenting this, you're getting frustrated, and I've been there. That's the reason why we create a systematic process. So what is the setup that I want to trade? This was yesterday, okay? And I'm gonna explain just very fast what you have to look at. So we can put over here a little bit of pre-market so we can see the pre-market. Okay, the pre-market comes off over here. And at this point, we had a short. We had a short play. We're sharing this in the room. And I took a short play exactly here. I was around 349 and I stopped over here. Actually, no. I was shorting around 349 and 50 and I stopped at 350.50. So I lost like 1 point per share. But I have hotkeys over here. So that's the reason why I use, for example, something like this. Okay, so Razor, this is Stream Deck. I have also Razor all connected together. You can do one for a long, one for the short. And at 350.80, okay, 350.50, 350.80, I reversed the position and went long. And I was alerting this in the room and I was explaining, we have a bullish market today in in Tesla. We have over here a strong move. The system over here was generating over here on the forecast over here long and on the over, and then we took the play. But after that, since that came, we didn't trade anymore because you can see over here the sideways action. This sideways action that tells me no trade. The price over here is actually in this bracket. JLines are all like intertwined. And then we started to wait for what I say, wait for the breakout and then wait for the pullback. So as you can see on this bar over here, whereas like this long play, right? Exactly here. This is where we had the buy. Buy came over here, you take a partial profits, and then we had another one. So that is part of the systematic system. So we created a bot over here that you can even, we can have fully automated, so it trades for you, or simply, I still like that my traders do the job because that's also like part of like, you know, being a trader, being like enthusiast, having adrenaline, but always keeping your emotions a little bit lower than normal because you want to simply focus on the process. And then once we touch this high, okay, rejection, again, another fake break of the day, just like we had this morning, and it failed. So this is exactly what you need to look for. Today, the market was very different because we were trading yes, and yes gave a beautiful short pre-market. This is early pre-market. So you can see that every single pop that we had over here was a short play. There are many future traders in the room, and I've been sharing some videos, some content, some course on YouTube as well, because the same strategies that almost we trade for large caps are the same strategy that we trade for futures. So there are different, like maybe the algos that we have on a product like Tesla or Amazon versus ES and NQ, because of course the asset is different, the instrument is different. Over here we're talking about contracts. Over here we're talking about like a market futures. There's like, you know, quarterly change. But for example, when you trade like Tesla, we have an under-over, we have a break on then pullback, it's going to be the same thing we see on ES, RTY, NQ, and more. So these are all the plays short that we had this morning, and then over here, and then over here. But I didn't take any single trade. So what do you see over here that you tell me, wow, this was a beautiful fail, okay? Because these were like 50 points all the way down. And I live in Italy, so this over here, guys, this time over here, this is like 3 o'clock New York time. This is my 9 o'clock. So for me, it's very easy. Come back from the gym. I wake up so early, around 5, go to the gym 2 hours, then come back over here. And I didn't do anything. Why? Because the market is this. Because the market is bullish. So why I should go against the major trend, okay? This is an hourly chart, or against this is an hourly chart. Why I should go against the trend? I mean, if that day I'm going to take, you know, maybe not the best timing of my entry, and listen to this because it's very smart. If I don't take the best timing of the entry, but I keep it maybe risking the support, an important support intraday, and the stocks start bouncing or the futures start bouncing because it's in the direction of the main daily trend or weekly trend, I'm trading with the least amount of risk versus I'm trading against the, I would say, against the price action, against the longer term. Okay. So try to align the shorter term towards the medium term, towards the long-term trend. That is, I would say, what swing traders do, but also that's one of the best ways, okay, to trade a market and to trade safely. So over here, I took nothing of this. And then we got over here, this is 930 with this push, and we saw ES going up, NQ going up, so SPY and the Qs going up. And then we saw NVIDIA going up, okay? Amazon was coming down, AMD going up, Tesla going a little bit up and then down. Everything was different. So we didn't have like, a precise structure where like today, for example, we have a S and Q that is going up and then everything is falling. No, the market was unbalanced. Okay. Certain stocks were coming down, certain stocks was coming up. And we had a lot of like chop, at least for what concerns the first 1 hour, an hour and a half. So, and then yes, what I did, I took no trade over here. This is also a major resistance. So for me, there was no play to trade. Vice versa, on stocks like this, we had good plays, and I will explain you why. So we have a previous move, which was this. This band that you can see over here, okay, this band, this blue band, is what I call the hourly J lines, okay? So when we are on the hourly chart, we see that this band is actually taking all the dips in the market. Every single dip. Every single dip. And today we had this. So once we had this breakout pattern, we have the confirmation that this is going to be a strong move to the upside. Look also at volume. But here you can see that we can even trade before the breakout, because if we bounce already from this level, and this level creates a support, once over here, the bars are blue, the band over here is turning blue, I can start taking the long play. And this is called or reverse 50 or called the bounce play. In reality, over here with the same exact play, we had a bull flag or a cup over here. Actually, it's more a cup. This is your long play. The structure over here is still green, is still blue. We have another bull flag over here. So this, you can see, is a perfect bull flag. Long play alert over here. Bars are turning blue again. So it means it's now time to enter long. We enter long over here. You simply put the stop below. And this is still a trend you can see with all the band to the upside. Okay. And this on the 50 minutes, you can see it also over here, right? So it gives you the long play and then all the way up. So you can see also what a nice over here looks like an inside bar, maybe another inside bar for like a few cents, but this is a beautiful curl. This is a shooting star. So once we break the shooting star over here, place a stop below and then boom, all the way up. So you can trade using the 50 minutes, 5 minutes. I personally wouldn't suggest to trade too much the 1 minute mid-morning because it could be very choppy and it could give you a lot of fake outs. Try to stay, the best time frames are 5 and 50 minutes to do day trading, okay? 5 or 50 minutes. If you do, let's say, for example, small caps, you can go down to the 2 or 3 minutes. 1 minute could be really for those advanced traders. So it's a little bit like hard to trade with the 1 minute. Maybe it's mostly better for the open, if you'd like to trade open, like the first 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, now time, traders, to review few of the setup that we had this morning. And one of the trades was ASST. Okay, the market is doing this. So the market is actually having a lot of these small caps plays. These small caps have often a small float. We're talking about stock that could have even like a 500K, 1 million float. So it means like with a couple of $1 million over here, you're going to simply, this is a little bit more, it's $10. But with a couple of $1 million, you will simply buy sometimes even the float. Certain stocks maybe run $1 or $2, okay? This ran over here from 8 until 11. So it came over here up like around 30% more or less, like almost 40%. And if you don't catch these in the dip and you start like, let's say, buying breakouts, often those breakouts could kill you. Why I say that? So imagine that you bought over here on this break, okay? So you buy over here and you think, wow, this is a beautiful breakout, cup pattern, but it's already extend a lot. It goes up over here like 40, 50 cents. So you can still have a win, but then it goes all the way down. And at the open, we have this rejection. So my point is try to buy the dips. Try to buy when it's curling. Don't buy when it's extended. That's the first rule that I feel to give you. Okay. And now we're gonna check together over here, SST, the open and dissect it, what happened, and then share a few things with you. So this is on the 1 minute chart. Okay. As I said, on the 1 minute, you can simply use for the pre-market. These small caps, they could run really much. Okay, this is a first move. It goes from $7.80 till $10. Okay, so we're moving over here to $0.20. And until we have this, don't look too short. After this, consider tracing a trend line. Okay, so you see one dip, second dip, third dip, over here break. Often we have these pops, these are called pops at the gate, that could go get the trend line and then have a rejection. If that is the case, I like to short over here, for example. And I like to short over here. So I'm not really looking for breakouts over here. I will buy where instead we have JLines. So the blue zone, but not buy up here. Because if I buy up here and I know the structure that they use in these algorithms, what is they're going to simply look to try to trap you and then fail. As I promised you today, we're going to share also some charts. I want to share on execution because I think there's a lot to learn from here, from this trade. And this was from Swiss. This is a trader who is from Swiss. He actually worked with me 1 year. He became a good trader. He's consistent. He's profitable. But it took time also for him, to become good, to learn the strategies. And you can see over here the patience. So not really try any trade pre-market, not looking to trade over here these pops. We can see over here, this is still uptrend. And then at a certain point over here, the gate, he waited. This was not the level that we wanted. We wanted or like 11 short, or we want over here dips into the 950, 980 long plays. Once we form this high, okay, I'm pointing out this high with the arrow over here. Once we form this high, and this was the pre-market high, we saw a big heat map rejection. So just before we were an order flow analysis with Bookmap on YouTube. And actually, they're pretty cool, those videos, because we shared the breakdown of the setup, the breakdown of the play, so you can actually learn how to trade, okay? It's not, a post analysis, oh, it happened like this. We're actually doing that live. And this is a rejection that we actually saw with huge amount of sellers up here. So we actually saw this. I'm going to put short zone, JLines band. So we actually saw something like this. You see the red zone in the Bookmap. And that tells me we have a ton of sellers. We have a lot of sellers. As soon as we saw that, you can see the trader over here joined around 1050. So this is the level that it joined. And he took the all unwind over here to the major target. Okay, just to share with you that you don't buy breakouts, first of all, in these moves, because breakouts are killers, meaning they will kill your account, they will kill your ego, they will kill your daily expectations. And you look to trade or the dips over here long, or you take the backside over here of the move. Going back to the 5 minutes, this is what it's doing right now, okay? We're gonna look instead into a play that I didn't like it much. And I'm gonna explain why. Because I have a rule. Okay, so this is the play, okay? This is a play that a trader took, but I could have traded. Anybody, does errors. You will have one account goes good, one account doesn't go good. Maybe 1 month you trade good, maybe 1 month you don't trade good. Something happened in your life. So we are here all to improve, okay? So we have to be a community that helps each other. We are actually a family in the room. So we have a lot of traders from all over the world, and every single day we trade based on the strategy. One of my rules is that when we have these extensions with a lot of volume, and I'm talking a lot of volume for a $7 stock like this, okay, around $7 stock over here, when the stock is already more than 1 million, okay, per 5-minute bar on a $7 stock, that's considered high volume, okay? If it was $1, $2 with 1 million volume, 5-minute bar, it's not a high volume. But on a $7 stock, it's like if I had 7 million on a $1 stock. And that's a lot of volume, and you don't want to short something with high volume like that. So one of my rules is that I don't simply toss them. When I toss them, I want to see a golden zone rejection. I want to see a major setup short. But this is advanced trading, and this is a trading that if you're not able to do it, don't do it. You need to do this with 2 brokers that we use, Cobra Trading Brokerage and Zimtra Prop Firm. Zimtra Prop Firm, not for US residents, and you can open an account with 1K. And we use it because the bars are super cheap. Cobra is very effective, has great routes, and is always like improving and great customer care. So what over here? This is going up. Remember what we said before. Goes down, and then you want to look for a lower high, and this, okay? Now, look over here. This is the trend. All of these levels that you see over here, this, all these are simply daily levels, okay? So it's not possible that I say, oh, short of the daily level, because all these levels are daily levels with high volume traded. Could be 5 million, 10 million, 11 million. So I put a threshold, okay? So I can set all these minimum 10 million volume. So it means that all the levels that you see are going to be with at least 10 million volume days bars, okay? And I take the highs and the lows of those high volume days. And this comes automatic. So every single morning, I don't need to stay there, look at the chart, put it on my desk, and try to put all the levels and look at the daily. I lose too much time. Sometimes I need to take the trade immediately and know where's the daily level. We coded this. The forecast over here gives you extension. And then what? I know exactly what are the daily levels, but I also know a pattern. So not that I simply have a daily level, I will short it. We had over here the same setup that we had yesterday on, actually 2 days ago on SYTA, SYTA, and yesterday on EDBL. Long play, bars are blue, inside bar, breakout, volume, stay long. The trade over here, first of all, traded into the 90 MA, so against the resistance. And doesn't matter if we do an error. Cut it. I do errors every single day, but I made a fortune in my trading, and now I teach traders how to do this for a living. We take the top of here. You don't know this is the top. This could go up still 20 bucks. I personally lost much money, and I share this much money I lost trying to short all these type of extension when I started to trade small caps. So what I thought, that I need a confirmation. And if I have over here, this has to be the peak 1, I need or a divergence or a second peak. This is a second peak, but could be that we have a third one, right? Could be that we have a fourth one. So how to know that this is going to be the second peak, that this is going to be we say that the last top, and then we're going to short it? How to know? Well, there are 2 major considerations that I will say. One is when we have volume divergence, and we can see over here that the high is, I would say, the same, but the volume is totally different. So on this bar over here, you can see the majority of the pressure is blue. That means we have buyers. So we have buyers at that point, okay? And on this bar over here, the majority of the volume are sellers. And as a matter of fact, this over here is a stuffy bar. Okay, stuffy bar or stuffy mode. This is a stuffy bar. That is a first idea that tells me, oh, you know what? Over here, they try again to take that high, but we have a lot of sellers over here. So I start looking now, I start thinking that I should go into a lower time frame and see if what's happening, I can have a confirmation on a lower time frame. That happened, and it goes down. But the real backside of the move is once we fill over here the J lines. And that's easy because you simply stay away from all this and you start looking for that play. So I go down to the 1 minute and I start now looking at the chart. And I can see that, okay, this is my long play. This is the extension. I don't know yet this is going to be the top. I'm staying away from it. This blue is the J lines. This is a stuffy bar. And you can see what? You can see that we break over here the J lines. The bars are becoming over here red. And we have a huge amount over here of these. Actually, we're going to put like this. Where's written short, 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 short. That's your confirmation to join the trend short. Okay? So the trade eventually over here took the good and cut the first trade. But it's not about over here if he did money or he didn't do money. He did money over here on this trade. But for me, it's traded like doing things wrong. Okay? And I personally like to share these because it's from these things that we earn. We learn, okay? And then we improve. Let's look at Saita. Small cap. And let's look over here. This is still NVIDIA going. This is Tesla over here. Maybe it's going to go because you can see it's starting to curl. And I like that. But I want to look at Sita. And this is your hourly chart on Sita. So this morning, I shared the plan. You can go check also on the free Telegram room. In free Telegram room, what's different than the Discord room? Discord room is where you have the course, where I'm screen sharing, where I'm trading, where I share all the trades alerts. The Telegram room is where I give some tips, but also every single morning for 2 times in a day, I give watch lists and updates. Okay, so it's a place where to start learning our method. Reach out for the Telegram room, or you can see in the description. This is what is happening. Multi-day runner. We have a lot of stocks like this. Just look at EDBL. Okay. And we had this daily level over here, 9. And the reason why I had 9, because I simply put this level. Okay. There's no match. This morning, the plan was, or we have a pop over here to 7 to short after the open, or if it breaks over here, the 570, we're going to fill down to where? Where, guys? Where? JLines hourly. Exactly as we had on NVIDIA over here. You see these dips over here, the hourly JLines is a magnet. And the same thing over here on Saita. And, sorry. So what is this telling us? That the setups are repetitive. The setups are like happening. The setups are like easy to trade if you take the right trade. So let's look at Saita this morning. This is the play. This was Theo. Actually, we met in Wall Street. We did a webinar over there. It was very cool. He's a great buddy. Him and his wife, both traders. And this is the setups over here. You can see the system gives short. The short play that's coming in. That's a short play, all unwind. Price goes back over here. You can see that it goes to the JLines and the supply area. System gives again short play over here. This is the exact moment the system triggers. And then you have another short play. Target is going to be that. So until the market is giving these setups, take these setups over here short. Multi-day runner. First day that we have a major breakdown over here of the support. Okay. Now become resistance. This is the key level for me. And once we fail and reject, I want to short. It's essentially this. That's happening. Sorry. This is the level. So once we break this high, okay, we have a head, lower high, shoulder, all this, and then we have done Y. This wick is this wick. This is exactly the play that we have over here. Okay, more or less. I'm not really perfect drawing. And then you have the Y. I received over here a question from a trader because he also traded this, and when I read it 1 second. So the trader is asking me over here. This is Mark. Hey, Dave, I have a question on the trader today in SITA. I was not available in the initial A+ setup, but after the pullback, I saw that there were still a lot of EV in this trade. I know this stock has been super trappy and has dripped over the past couple of days. So first of all, reset your mind because this is a different type of trade. This is a first red down day. But okay, The catalyst for me was that the offering finally happened, which explains the extreme highs. But now that it's over, there should be any other reason to rip. My question is, what is the valid trade? Or do you think it was a bit of FOMO on my trade? Okay, let's look at this trade. So I think we can understand all better. This was a trade of Mark. Okay. And he didn't take the first trade over here. So actually the one that came to JLines, he short over here into the JLines. Okay. And took a small win, but still he took a win. So he traded good. I took also the backside of the move because he took it over here after that. It's like an evening star, right? These three bars look like an evening star formation. My stop is a break even. I've taken off 50%. So he's still in the trade and now he's holding over here. So I would say good. You took partial over here. So if your stop was around over here, the high 590, 6 the max. So you enter with the 25 cents risk. Over here, you paid yourself around 530. So you are over here 1 hour and a half. Let's try to make 3 hour, 4 hours. So I will stay really with the stop break even and I will be looking for the lows also hourly JLines. So around the $4.10, maybe even lower if we can have it. This is what we saw on the market today. The reason over here to enter, this is very fast. So we have to know that it's fast. Even before TO that I share this chart, he took the trade over here. So it's a good trade. It's a VWAP rejection. It's right away breaking down. You can only do this if you're looking at tape. You can only do this if you're looking at the order flow. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very hard to trade this. But that's a real trade over here. I know that you put in a lot of effort. Guys, Mark is a former Marine. He's a great guy. Came over here at the Academy. He's going to come back over here in July. And he's learning a ton. So I really can see that he's improving. He's looking to increase his size. Sometimes, and he's a strong guy, okay? He's a guy of steel. I mean, if he looks at you in the highs and he has this eye over here, this eye look, I mean, he's going to like making you feel worried, okay? But actually, in the trading world, you can still be doubting, having stress, because it's not something that he made 10,000 times or 5,000 times. When you're going to be there, and this only times, for everybody is different, this is only time, that you're going to trade that setup, or this setup over here, let's say day 3 or day 4, first red day. If you're going to trade this like 10 times, 20 times in your life, you're going to still be like doubting, how much size, can I do this or not? But if you're going to retrade this or trade this 1,000 times, then you're going to know everything about the setup and you're going to feel confident. The same sense of confidence that he felt when he served and he was doing his duty. Okay. So it's all about confidence in your trading and having in your mind what exactly is going to happen, the possible scenarios. If you calculate that in advance, you are not worried anymore of the possible outcome. Okay, so very good over here. Few things over here to go over. Mark is laughing over here, is putting it all. 2 things over here to go over because somebody told me, Jay, what is doing over here? I didn't want to put it. QBTS. Okay. How to find these stocks? Let's do it like this. This is really like good stuff I'm giving you guys, huh? This has to trade. This is where my day starts. I mean, my day starts waking up from the bed, but the trading day. Actually, not even because I look on the phone. So the first thing I look over here is for scanners. I have different scanners, small caps. This default is for the small caps, this is for large caps, this is for alts. Then I have a mono scanner and so on. And you can build many. One of the scanners that I look end of day is all the stocks that closed in the mid, small, and large caps above 10% versus the previous close. Okay. So I'm looking for those stocks that have like a burst in volume. So I want to see an ATR, I want to see volume at least 3 times more versus the previous day. And they have, I would say, 10% plus of extension at least, 10% plus of gap or breakout and extension versus the previous day. And QBTS was one over here in the scanner that I had. And this over here was already like a good day, you know, it closed over here strong. Then this was the pre-market and it started like to climb. This pre-market over here for me was crazy good. The system, you can see, if you follow it, it pays off because we had dips over here. We had dips over here. So what I do is I enter on the JLines band. Okay. This over here in the 5 minutes is a 14 and 17. This over here is a 7289, the one that we share in the video. So you have this, and that's something secret. Just around that, we made a bot, a trading system that tells you when to enter and everything. So at the gate, we had a long, and this long didn't really pay because this long over here came up over here, where's the gain? And then over here, take a stop. So probably 20-cent stop, break even, you know, like a loss. But then it came again because we had a double bottom over here and the bands were all blue. The can over here started making blue. He triggered long. And what happens over here? What do you have to do? Look at the lower time frame. You look at the lower time frame, you're going to have the confirmation of this trade. Look at the 50-minute time frame as well, because it's going to give you the larger picture, the bigger picture. And then this bar curls strong above the J lines, above this blue. That's the trigger. Okay, that's the trigger. And trigger over here, trigger on this bar, trigger over here. You can trigger all of these three, set the stop below where it's written long, and then you take the trade. And until we had the price, you can see holding the J lines and being over here bluish here, that is your exit. Day after, pre-market start running again, and today faded. The market faded a little bit. This had a J-line rejection. So what happens? Let's say you're long from the day before. The first idea to exit is this. Everything is starting to be red. This is a short, this is a short, this is a short, open, pop, and fill short. Right? So these are some of the plays that we trade in the room. Feel free to comment. Feel free to ask questions. I'm being over here traders for my team, but I like, to do this sometimes for everybody on YouTube. I like to give free. As I said, free course and live trading. I will be sharing my full brokers. Probably I will use more than one this Friday in Italy in front of 150, 170 traders with Ufinance, Società Generale. I mean, it's not the smallest bank in the world. Direct Sim, Milano Finanza, many others. So I will have a trading day with other traders sharing my screen and explaining what I do in small caps, mid caps, and large caps. This Friday. For who wants to come trade over here with me, experience 21st, 25th of July, and 8th to the 12th of September. Okay, so 5 full trading days. What I tell you is 1, set your risk always before you take a trade. 2, trade only when you have a playbook. 3, have patience. Because this week, I've seen so many good plays and they didn't happen right away at the gate. Maybe they happen like 10, 11, 12, or even 12:30, especially in the large cap plan. And if you don't have a setup, do not trade, okay? Do not trade. So this is Jay. I love you all. I'm here and doing this because I want to see traders successful. So feel free really to reach out to me. And good luck for your trading and see you in the room. Thank you.